to M-Class Emails.
This is the other one we do.
I'm Jeff.
I'm Josh.
Paul could not join us today because he had to return to his home planet.
Boop, boop, boop.
He's fine, though. He made it.
Poochie died on the way home. Oh, my God. Sorry, Poochie.
We got some scorchers today in our emails.
Just like it is outside. I'm dating the episode.
I assume.
Assume.
I haven't been outside in 2 months, but whatever.
Dude, oh God, I'm jealous.
Our first email of the evening is from Rich. Who titled his email Premises. That's right, motherfuckers. I'm reading email titles now.
Uh-oh, they're gonna get so mad at you.
Yeah, they're gonna be like, but I thought you didn't do it!
They're gonna be so mad that you're reading the title.
Trek boys make some Trek noise.
Oh, shit. That's like at a hockey game, they put that on the big screen.
That's not the right.
It is.
Yeah. So I was on the Discord. Be there or be one side of a Borg cube, non-patrons.
That's a square.
I was talking to I Like Pie about how hokey some of the episodes in Season 1 of TNG are. We were talking about how the strength of the premise is an indication of how good the episode is going to be. Wesley sentenced to death for crushing flowers, bad episode. A conspiracy where people in the Federation are taken over by parasites, good episode.
Sure.
It's not really a surprise, seeing that TOS was essentially a Twilight Zone what-if show built around strong premises first and foremost. In fact, all the series' successes can be whittled down to strong premises.
Okay.
Like TNG exploring the future of the TOS universe, DS9 exploring the wild frontier of the Federation, Voyager, success?
Battlestar Voyage Lactica?
Being removed from that luxury and thrust into the unknown, and Enterprise seeing the formulation of the Kirk era. It got me to thinking, what the hell is Discovery's premise?
Great question.
It's the lack of that central line, or is the lack of that central line a major contributor to the series' poor first season? I don't really know what the show is about, and that kind of meh feeling I get from watching it feels linked to that. What do you guys think?
It's the show. It's what we always talk about with any of this JJ verse crap. And I know that this is technically the Prime universe, but what's his name is a JJ guy.
Kurtzman?
I can't remember. Kurtzman.
Yeah.
He's a JJ guy. It's the premise is Star Trek, guys.
Remember
That's
Star Trek?
That's the fucking premise. There's no fucking... The premise is loosely that, like, well, here's a Klingon conflict.
Yeah, it's like the Klingon War or whatever. That's
sure.
But it's barely about that.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's not when you bring in, like, fucking Mirror Universe idiots.
Yeah.
And, like, it's fucking stupid. Like, it's fucking stupid,
It's
man.
so unbelievably convoluted. And there's, like, a
ridiculous
problem with serialized television that, I don't know, maybe I'm the only one who sees it or whatever, but, like, serialized TV mistakes, like, convoluted plot threads for, like, depth.
Yeah, exactly. Like, well, like, everyone's trying to be, like Game of Thrones, which, I mean, is already written for the writers of the show to, like, base their show off of. So, like, you're not gonna... Also, they have the budget of a fucking movie every time they make an episode. Just fucking write good television, motherfuckers. Like, it doesn't have to link all together. Like, what I hate the most about Discovery is, like, at the end of episode, there's, like, a fucking Marvel post-credit scene that tacks that episode to the next one. It's like, you don't need that shit.
No,
just jump
I mean,
into the next episode.
We
Go.
understand that the characters have moved through time and space and are now at the beginning of the next episode.
Right.
It's
They're on the
completely
same
unnecessary.
ship. That's the setting, is the ship. We got it. We get it. I'm not a complete moron. I don't need you to tell me that these things are in this order. I get it. I know how numbers work.
Yeah, I mean, I guess the premise is, like, the Klingon War. Like, the Federation Klingon
Yeah, but what's
war.
the premise going to be this season? And that's where the anthology thing comes in. Like, the show was going to be an anthology show. So now they're making an anthology show, but like in a one show.
They're making like an anthology using the same characters, which is called not serialized television.
Right, exactly.
It's called episodic TV. You're just doing entire seasons that are.
You're just making seasons episodes. Yeah.
Yeah, you're so doing like a fucking Netflix series or whatever.
It's fucking stupid.
And you know what the problem with the Netflix series is that they fucking drag ass in the middle because it's not meant to be that long.
So where did this all start? Right, like all this bullshit. This all started with Lost.
Yeah. I was
Lost
thinking of Lost when I was talking about convoluted plot threads substituting for depth.
Because every season of Lost, like the tone shifted a little bit, except for the first like 2, which are the best ones and they're the most similar to each other. I don't know why they do this. I think they think it's clever. I don't know. It's stupid.
I don't know, but I mean, it spun off hard really fast. I mean, think about Heroes.
Right.
Heroes was like convoluted by the end of the fucking first season and then just kept getting worse and worse.
It just spiraled out of control, just like Lost did, where you're like, now I don't even know what the fuck show I'm watching. Yeah, what is this?
Pretty much.
So good luck with Discovery with that. Like, that's what's. I mean, if it lasts even 2 seasons, who even fucking knows, right?
There is supposed to be a second one.
There is a second one, but like after that, I don't know, man. I don't know. There's all kinds of shit going on with that show. Like writers,
I mean, there's like there's supposed to be 4 more Star Trek series.
Yeah, they should stop. They should stop with.
There
Discovery.
is the one with Picard that I'm at least somewhat hopeful for, but I don't know.
Oh God, please don't fucking. Oh God.
Could you think about that though? Like, if the show fucks up horribly, that's just gonna like taint the history of Picard.
I know.
Rich continues. Anyway, all that remains to say is "Wimmity wham wham wazzle."
Oh my God, he's got all the
plain and simple Taylor and proud patron Rich.
Thank you, Rich. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Rich. That was a good question.
I just want to go to sleep real bad.
Our next question is from Yakub, who titled his email, "Titleson perished fighting off his oppressors."
That's a very vague title, but...
Hi, I'll take a large Trek pizza with 2 boys. Yeah, give me a Jeff and a Josh.
Coming right up, Mr. Yakub.
Oh, the third boy is free today? Great, throw in a Kevin. Nah, we're not doing that deal today.
Not that today. That's a Tuesday deal. It's Wednesday.
No, hold the Nazis. So how much will that be? Only $1 on Patreon. What a steal!
Wow, we're getting like them. They're like doing ads for us,
which is amazing.
It's incredible.
I definitely didn't write this.
That's incredible.
Yakub continues. Is there a modern topic that Trek omitted that you wish was tackled?
I mean, there's a lot of even topics that are relevant, like right now in TNG, like gender issues. I mean, obviously, there's like the gay allegories. AIDS? Did they do an AIDS?
Probably. I know they had like the gender neutral planet episode that was supposed to be like a gender issues thing. It was kind of sloppy, but
yeah, it's not done as well as maybe it would be now.
They definitely have to use some sort of allegory for like gayness and the issues that gay people face today.
Right.
Because like in the future of humanity, like those issues don't exist.
Yeah, they don't care about how gay you are.
As no one fucking should. Like everybody can be as gay as they want to be.
Yeah. Who gives a shit?
Yeah.
Not these soy boys. I'm sure we're
right.
gonna get a whole lot of hate for saying gay people are people and nobody should care, but whatever.
I love soy sauce.
Who doesn't?
Yeah.
It's fucking salt. It's just salt.
It's salt water and it's delicious.
Salt water. Put it on your egg roll.
Yeah, I'd say like gender issues is definitely definitely the one that I think they could handle better in a new episode.
Is it a gender issue that Michael Burnham's name is Michael? Is that some sort of commentary? I don't know. I don't know.
I'm not sure they ever really explained why her name is Michael, honestly.
I kind of feel like maybe they just named her Michael because like fuck it or whatever. I don't know. I don't know, man.
It could be that Michael Burnham was supposed to be a dude to begin with, and they rewrote it as being a woman, and they were just like, but I like that name.
Maybe, yeah. They didn't want to name her like Michelle.
Yeah, like
I guess
gender issues, like the way that like women are oppressed today would make a great episode. Like,
yeah, that would be good.
The like trying like an episode maybe where they like go to a planet or something where like women are being silenced.
So Ferenginar.
Yeah, pretty much. I guess they tackled that a little bit.
Yeah, they kind of do. They've kind of done everything a little bit, right?
Yeah.
And that's kind of the magic of Star Trek is like it's not gonna beat you over the head too much with that stuff, because I think it would ruin it. I guess they do kind of an AIDS episode in Enterprise. They've done pretty much everything.
I think they could definitely handle like gender issues a lot better than they did in the genderless alien episode, though.
Yeah,
like I mean, like transgenderism could definitely be handled really well.
Right.
I would like to see that. I think that's the issue I'd like to get tackled.
Yeah, that's probably the one that you deal with next, right?
Yeah. Yakub submitted a pitch it or ditch it twice now. This is the second time. I don't understand it. That's why I didn't skip over it last time, because I hate you, Yakub. I'm sorry. Right. I skipped over it because I didn't understand it.
Okay.
I will read it now, though. Maybe you'll get it.
Well, I'm gonna pitch it now.
On DS9, an old Ferengi pal of Quark, Gluon, arrives on the station.
Gluon?
After is that a reference to something?
Are gluons like they're quarks, right? It's quarks and gluons. They're like quantum particles, I believe.
Okay.
Yeah. So quark, right? Quarks are quantum
that like sheds a little bit of light.
Gluons and nuons. There's like all kinds of them. They're all kinds of ons.
After the security officers hassle Quark over some regulations, Gluon decides to help his buddy and make some profit at the same time. He uses his contracts to employ mercenaries that unload some workload from the regular security forces. Sisko welcomes this since he needs manpower for Plot B. This leads to an all-time low in crime statistics. Odo, however, is skeptical and discovers that the statistics have been tampered with, and the new security force employs shady and aggressive means to achieve this stability. Odo reports this to Sisko.
Strongmen.
And they move in to apprehend Gluon, but he's gone along with the whole operation. All they find is a Gluon and Mercs company calling card.
Is this like a Usual Suspects? Is Gluon like Kaiser Soze? Is that what we're getting at?
Oh, maybe?
That's kind of the feeling I'm getting. Like, who's Kaiser Soze? Who's Gluon?
I feel like this might just be a straight pitch it or ditch it, and that's why I didn't get it. I was so used to people being like, funny.
You're used to people making funny ones?
Like,
and now this is just like a good episode.
Really dumb with how they write the episodes on purpose, but this is just an actual solid episode.
Yeah, no, that sounds. I would want, dude. I'll take more and Deep Space.
Yeah, I will pitch that.
So,
it's signed yours, Ensign of Sciences, Yakub, USS Toon Squad, which is great.
Toon Squad.
Sorry, I didn't read that the first time, Yakub. I was expecting to be dunked on, and it turned out to be a regular episode.
I was expecting to be dunked on. Now you're internet.
Speaking of getting dunked on, our next email is from Tosh, who says, "Hey, huge fan of your U.S. politics podcast, and I find it funny that you guys are able to seg into Star Trek for a couple minutes every episode. Anyway, my prompts for next week."
Wow, we really got... That reminds me of when Donald Trump said that one thing and got everybody mad at him.
Anyway, my prompts for next week are chalices and blood magic.
Oh my God, he's really going for the I don't know, dig. I guess. I don't know.
Try harder next time, Tosh.
Just like your namesake, try harder.
If you are if you are just like joking and trying to be like friendly joking, that's okay, I guess. I don't know. Try harder at that too, I guess.
Just remember, we're assholes.
So our next email is from Phantom Thief Goofus.
The Goofus.
The Goofus is back. Does that like trigger you, the fucking Goofus? Fuck,
I don't get triggered.
That's not good to say that.
I have a really thick skin.
That's not good to say that. I shouldn't have used triggered that way.
The doctors told me my skin is abnormally thick.
It's true. He's like a walrus. Sorry I used triggered that way, everybody. Our next email is Phantom Thief Goofus, who says, "Ahoy, Trek boys. How's it going? Hopefully well."
It's great. Everything's great.
100% these days. I keep it 100, baby.
Keep it at 102.
As for me, I'm doing pretty good. I have college to keep me busy and to keep the thoughts away. He capitalized that. The thoughts.
The thoughts like your thoughts in your head, or thoughts like that those hoes over there?
Thoughts like in his head. I'm sure he's not trying to keep those thoughts away.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Maybe they're just bothering him all. He's trying to study, be a good college student. Who knows?
Psst. Hey kids, you want to see some pitch it or digits? Opens pervert trench coat to reveal spec scripts.
Oh my god. We got spec scripts, we got pitchits, we got digits.
Don't tell your parents about me.
Come back to old Goofus for your fix.
Peyote 1. TNG A-plot. Riker accidentally calls Picard dad. B-plot. Data accidentally calls Picard dad. C-plot. Geordi accidentally calls Picard dad. D-plot. Picard accidentally calls the Enterprise my dearest wife. E-plot. Worf is sick with the space common cold, and for some reason the replicator can't replicate Klingon chicken noodle space soup. He tries to get Whoopi Goldberg to make it for him, but the recipe is very specific.
I don't feel like Klingon food is that hard.
Put some worms on a plate
Just
and you're
eat
done.
Eat some worms. There you go.
Do you pitch or ditch that?
I mean, I pitched like the idea that like everyone thinks that he's like their father figure. I mean, I agree with that.
Remember when we said we were gonna score these?
Yeah.
Some people actually fucking believed us. Anyway,
they believed. Yeah, we don't. We're just a bunch of liars.
Thanks for your patronage, Patreon people.
Thank you.
Peyote 2, TNG, A-plot. Data is talking about some readings and Picard interrupts him. Data, sick of everyone cutting him off, files a complaint with HR. Everyone needs to go to space sensitivity training.
In Star Trek? Jesus. That's crazy.
B-plot, the replicators can't stop making copies of Kindergarten Cop 2 DVDs. This especially sucks because who the fuck has a DVD player in the future?
They could probably just put the DVD like next to a panel and it would read that shit.
It looks like Miles has to get to the bottom of this.
He's always fixing DVD players.
I'll pitch that episode. Why not?
I'm gonna ditch that one. This is the reason why we're suspicious of every pitch it or ditch it.
I can't believe that I read that pitch it or ditch it twice and was so suspicious of it that I didn't read.
Maybe you had to read it out loud. I don't know. I get it, dude.
Follow-up question. What specifically do you look for in sci-fi stories that you don't necessarily look for in, say, fantasy? I think sci-fi is especially good at building cool worlds and saying stuff about the human condition. It's the macro to fantasy's micro, in a way.
I don't know if I agree with that. I think they're more similar than we realize. I mean, it's like the Arthur C. Clarke thing. Like it appears magic because you don't understand it, right?
Any sufficiently advanced technology will appear as magic.
Yeah, that's the real quote that I butchered.
Mine wasn't right either. It's a little off, but
I think all of even a lot of Star Trek is fantasy driven. Mm-hmm. Obviously, Vulcans are elves, Klingons are orcs. There's there's dwarves. The Tellarites are dwarves.
Like all the Star Trek races could be loosely connected to a fantasy race very easily.
I think they're more similar because they all come from the same human storytelling line. We're all telling the same stories.
I think it's maybe a little bit more expected if you're writing science fiction that you have a moral to tell, like some sort of like introspection,
personal, more, yeah.
Whereas if you make fantasy, you don't really have to do that. I mean,
yeah, the world can just be fantasy, right?
I don't know if that's true or not, because I mean, Lord of the Rings is a big treatise on like how working together will create a better world.
Yeah, it's like obviously the books are like the horrors of World War I. Like you have Saruman making bombs.
It's also
like what
definitely
technology
about
does.
Like, putting your differences aside. And how letting those differences create a gulf between you just opens you up for complete obliteration by an outside force.
Exactly. Yeah, I don't know. I think they're more similar than they're different. So I'd have a hard time. Like, I mean, there's science fiction like more indie science fiction, I guess, like Moon.
Yeah.
Or that's like pretty hardline science fiction, or like Neil Stephenson shit is like real science fiction-y that isn't fantasy as much.
If you go very hard science fiction, it's still science fiction. Yeah. But if you go very hard fantasy, it becomes historical fiction.
Right, it's exactly. So it's that's a great point. Oh man, I never thought of it like that.
I'm a very smart boy.
Well, I love you.
Yeah, I don't know. It's like, with science fiction, I guess it's like interpersonal, like not so much conflict, but like interpersonal, like relationships are a lot more important.
How do people relate to each other? In
a science fiction, like in a fantasy, the world can be the most important part, but I don't think that's how
the world is
connecting
people. Not usually. Yeah. Maybe in like movies like Alien.
It's true.
Right.
But I mean, there's still like, it's about Ripley.
Yeah, it's more about like, that's also like a horror movie, so it's not really fair to say, because like horror movies don't follow the same story rules as like the hero's journey so much, right? I don't know. That's a big ass fucking question.
Inextricably related to one another, in that they're like escapist fantasy.
Yeah, because we're humans and we don't want to live on our shitty planet, so we make up other ones.
Yeah, this planet sucks dick. I would much rather live on some other planet.
One that is much cooler right now.
Like literally cooler, because we are burning our planet alive.
It's hot as fuck right now. I'm sick of it.
I'm glad that we can fit some questions into our politics podcast.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to get too politicky here about Star Trek, where it talks about politics.
Yeah. Anyway, let's talk about the problem with Trump. Phantom. He continues, catch you on the trek, boys. Phantom Thief Goofus, founder of Cool Crimes Incorporated.
Cool Crimes.
Is super dope.
Bender, is that a Bender reference?
Yes.
Is it a Bender's crime? I forget what it is. I don't remember. It's 2 a.m.
Is this the same Rich we just read an email from?
Maybe. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, Josh,
maybe there's lots.
You're the arbiter here. Should we read another Rich email? He is.
Save it for later.
We can jump back into it later.
We'll save it for later.
We'll save it for later this episode, though.
Okay.
Our next email is from Tapon, who says,
another Vulcan.
I understand it is custom to address you as Trek Boys. Therefore, Trek Boys.
All right. I love when people make a character for themselves.
I guess I should point out, Tapon is an invention of our Discord. Like, our Discord has been, like, brainstorming the character of Tapon for weeks together.
I haven't been on, so I apologize for that. But also, that's incredible.
I fucking love it. Every time I check back in, they have more lore attached to him.
I try not to go on because, like, I don't want everyone to get sick of me, honestly.
Yeah, I feel like I'm there too much, even.
I don't want to invade the clubhouse and be like, hey, this guy's here. You know what I mean? Like,
I've always mentioned that, like, the less you're around as, like, a content creator, the more people like you.
Yeah. The more people like you,
like, I feel like I'm definitely the least liked content creator, because I'm on there like every other day. Like, I should probably let people have their space, right?
I don't know what the right thing is, dude. I don't have any idea, honestly. I don't know. Nobody knows. It's the wild
I
fucking
will continue.
West.
I
Okay.
am Tapon, and I host a radio program. In an attempt to better my radio program, I have elected to listen to other programs of similar nature and thus have begun listening to yours. I find it to be adequate. However,
Nice.
your choice to follow up the Romulan collection with the Trials collection is highly suspect. The logical choice would be to proceed with the Vulcan collection. I will attribute this breach of judgment to your human preoccupation with boredom, something which surely impedes your evolution as a species.
What a great Vulcan. Oh
This
my
is
God.
really good.
Perfect. It's like a perfect Vulcan.
I would like to submit some pitch it or ditch it's.
Go ahead, Mr. Tapon. Mrs.
I think it's a
Tapon?
Mr.
I don't know.
1. Depict a day on a Vulcan ship. Demonstrate how efficient space travel should be without unnecessary distractions.
That would be so
If you
great.
must, you may include one human character to identify with.
No. Here's what I would do. No. I would do better than that. I would be the ship exchange program again.
Sure.
The student exchange program, and Data goes to the Vulcan
Fuck, I want to watch this episode so bad.
because Data is the most like them, but also he aspires to be human. So you have him run into problems with the
Exactly.
Vulcans, where he's like, I don't understand, like why you
Yeah,
like
like why are you not aspiring to be more human, as it is the best thing to be,
Yeah.
right?
yeah, like it would add so much. You could do so
I'm
much
gonna
shit with
pitch that with that punch up. Fuck yeah.
that. Hell yeah, I'd pitch that anyway.
Yeah.
But yeah,
2.
fuck
Data
yeah.
is studying Earth philosophy and discovers Alexander Pope. Data agrees with Pope's assessment that to err is to be human. Consequently, Data must choose a different biological life form to emulate. He makes the logical choice.
I'm sensing a theme here, Mr. Tapon.
Oh man, I'm gonna pitch that one too.
I'm pitching it because this is the funniest Vulcan I've ever met. This Vulcan somehow has found humor without knowing it.
3. Through meditation, I was able to hold back my frustration as Captain Sisko celebrated his loss to Captain Solok. However, only barely. More matches against Captain Solok would be agreeable. Perhaps a season.
162 games? Jesus Christ.
I'm gonna ditch that one. I don't want to see baseball for that long. I don't want to see real
I
baseball.
want to watch one team kicking the shit out of
Yeah.
another team for 162 games. Hoi.
I realize that these pitches may be faster than you are accustomed to, but I hope you find them enjoyable. Live long and prosper, Tapon of Tapon's radio
Alright.
program.
So Tapon's gonna be a thing
Yes.
now, right? Because I can definitely tell.
Dude, I fucking love Tapon.
All right, that was great. That was incredible.
I fucking love Tapon's
Holy
radio
shit.
program.
That fucking makes me smile so much.
I love that our patrons have created their own joke character. I love it.
Dude, it's so good. It's so good. Holy
Thank you
fuck,
for that
it's good.
email, Tapon. I know who wrote it, but he probably doesn't want me
Thanks,
telling.
Tapon. I don't ever want to
Yeah.
know. Never tell me. I kind of can guess. I
You-
feel
you
like
tell
I can
me your
guess
guess
if I
later.
really had. All right, I'll tell you. Okay.
Our next email is from Spivsy, who
Spivsy.
says, "Oh, what up, T-boys?
What's up?
Pitch it or ditch it, DS9 episode. Odo
Okay,
gets word
pitch
of a
it.
group of actors on board the station who are staging fake crimes, murders, and thefts for wannabe detectives to solve them. Odo is
Is this like a escape room?
Odo is wary about this and thinks they could be using these fake crimes to cover up real ones, or could convince people to start breaking the law.
Classic
He
Odo.
talks to Cisco after grilling Quark, who he thinks is involved, for help in shutting it down. To Odo's surprise, Cisco is already aware of the group. He tells Odo to keep an eye on them in case of anything changing, though in the meantime it just seems
Okay.
like harmless fun as long as it doesn't interfere with anything else on the station. But it
Sure.
stops being so harmless when the actor playing the corpse in the latest game winds up dead for real.
It's a murder mystery. All right. this
To
is
make
cool.
matters worse, Jake and Nog were playing detective and are both now involved in a real-life murder investigation.
All right, I'm in.
Can Odo find the real killer, who, let's face it, is probably a Cardassian? Also, Tony Shalhoub is in this episode because why not? He's a good actor.
You make him an alien, like you make him just a weird alien. Oh god,
dude, I love this.
Make
idea.
him the alien that he is in Men in Black.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
That would be fun. That'd be a fun reference.
I'm hardcore pitching this, even without Tony Shalhoub in it.
I love, Nog and Jake. I love them.
Those guys, and I love Odo mystery episodes too. They're always my favorite.
Yep. Pitch it.
Hardcore pitching. And a question for you boys. I love that no one ever spells boys right when they send emails to us. It's always B-O-I-S.
It's always that way. It's that's the way you spell boys now, I think.
If there was an episode that focused on a non-Starfleet profession, what kind of person would you want to see a day in the life of?
Oh, man. I mean, it's probably pretty boring.
Yeah.
Like, being on Earth and doing whatever, like being a teacher.
Space pirate.
Space pirate?
Like a day in the life of a space pirate crew in the Federation territory.
That's not gonna, they're not gonna
last
it
would be
long,
fucking
dude.
Amazing. Like to see them like trying to dodge Federation ships and shit and still get their shit done.
You gotta be not in the Federation for that shit. I feel like, or the Federation sort of is just like whatever.
That would be dope. I'd love that.
Oh man, I don't know. I'm thinking like really like every day. Like I'm thinking like
Space
really
pirates
like
live
normal.
every day too.
They live their lives to the fullest
right.
every day, Josh.
What about like champion sex fucker?
Yeah, well, like what if like a sport like they play? What do they
Blurns
play
ball?
in the future? Blurns ball. Yeah, they play Blurns ball. What's that game? That Data plays that Strategema,
Ambo
like
Jutsu.
Yeah. Maybe like something like that.
That'd be fun.
Yeah.
I don't know. It would be really boring since everybody just lives perfect lives.
You would just go home and just like whatever. You could just like not go to your work for like 2 weeks probably. Be like, I'm taking a sabbatical.
It is like a non-Starfleet profession, is all he said. So it doesn't have to be in the Federation.
Right. It could.
So you could see a day in the life of like a Cardassian soldier.
That would be fun. I would do that.
A day in the life of like a Romulan conspirator.
Oh yeah.
That would be awesome.
Oh yeah. Day in the life of like a Romulan senator, and you get to see all the Roman ass politics
that'd
going
be
on.
fun.
Cool.
He continues, I think there could be some fun stuff around someone writing a holodeck program, seeing them adventuring through a story they'd made and making edits along the way.
Yeah.
You were so full of energy. Yeah.
Yeah.
If Paul is there, say hello to him for me. He is not. Paul.
He's gone. He went back to his home planet.
Has died. Oh no, he's not dead. He's not dead, everybody.
He's always been dead.
Oh
That's
no,
the
he's
thing.
a Zombones.
You've always been here.
Oh, no. He signed it Grand Admiral Spivsy. That's right, bitches.
Wow.
I'm a Grand Admiral now. What are you gonna do about it?
Jesus.
I guess nothing, sir.
Yeah. Sorry, sir. Back to my shitty other job. I don't know.
You're the best actor, Josh.
Gotta go to holodeck now. Sorry, Admiral. That's a stupid question.
That's all you need to say to be an admiral. Our next email is from Axe Wizard, which is a fucking dope name. I love that guy.
Axe Wizard, the coolest wizard ever who uses an axe.
He said, "What ho, trick lads?"
Oh god, my worlds are collapsing in on themselves. This is crazy.
Big fan of first time, long time here. I listened to several podcasts to self-medicate through the work week, but M-Class and its subcasts are the only ones I genuinely look forward to and interrupt all others to consume as soon as they come out.
Hell yeah! Keep doing it.
Pride of place at the top of my personal podcast list isn't enough to stroke your two giant swinging egos, then know that you guys also popped my Patreon cherry, probably with them giant swinging egos. Thank you for being a patron.
I'm getting horned up over here. Jesus.
Turns to camera. That's right, gentle listener. Patreon.com.
God damn it, yes!
Patreon.com/mclasspodcast. For just $1 a month, you can show your appreciation to Jeff and Josh as they entertain us all with humorous and insightful Star Trek commentary.
Holy fuck.
And if altruistic reasons aren't enough to guilt you into pledging, then know that every dollar goes towards Josh's complete Taco Bell-induced rectal demolition. What a value!
Oh, because I said I was getting Taco Bell the other day.
Dude, you get Taco Bell a lot.
I actually don't. I have Taco Bell maybe once a month.
I think Taco Bell is just the thing you mention when you want to mention a shitty restaurant.
Well, when I'm like really hungry for like shitty
like Taco
food,
Bell.
I want Taco Bell.
I like it.
Yeah. No, I love it. It's delicious. Like
Yeah.
but it's
what
like
do you
so
get
bad.
when you go to Taco Bell?
I either get 2 tacos and a Crunchwrap Supreme, or I get 2 tacos and a cheesy gordita crunch.
Man, that's a good choice. I get 5-layer beefy burrito, which is huge, and I also get a chicken quesadilla.
Oh, fuck, now I want
Taco
me too.
Bell. The Taco Bell here is not open 24/7, or I would go get
mine's not either. Mine's closed already. Yeah, I think it's like 1 here.
Anyway,
fourth meal.
Pitch it or ditch it. Star Trek Dirty Jobs. Oh, this sounded familiar to our last email.
Oh, yeah, it's kind
a
of
mock reality show where all the shitty jobs aboard Federation vessels, star bases, and colonies happen.
They just make like the computer do it. It would be really boring because the computer would just do it.
Transporter malfunction cleanup, hallucinogenic spore plant weeding, Gawk chef.
That'd be awesome.
Post Barclay holodeck sanitation.
All right. Here's a better idea. I'm gonna punch this up.
Sure.
Here we go. Cooking channel in the Star Trek universe.
They just stand in front of the replicator.
Well, like, okay, so like, there's people who do cook though, right? So you go like Gawk Chef, you go to a Klingon restaurant, and they're like, it's all lame and cheesy, like like the diners, drive-ins, and dives is. But it's like you go to like a fucking Klingon restaurant on DS9, and the guy's like singing a song about fucking making Gawk and shit. Holy fuck yeah,
dude! I'm gonna punch yours up actually.
You know how it was called? Shit, double punch up.
Gawk Chef.
Yeah.
Gawk Boss.
Gawk Boss, thank you. Who can make the best
Cake
Gawk?
Boss, but with Gawk.
This Gawk is very, very warm. Get it out of my face! And then they kill the guy. They kill whoever loses.
Fucking lose in the competition.
This is the worst Gawk I've ever had. To the penal asteroid of Rapidity. Fucking incredible.
Dude,
I'd watch the shit out of that.
He says we have to come up with at least 7 more things because he's paying us to entertain him. Dance, monkeys, dance.
Shit, man. They figured out what Patreon is. Oh, God.
Buy Patreon, everybody. Yours...
By Patreon bonds.
Yours former marketing advisor, Axe Wizard, for 100.0 to Pawn Radio.
Axe Wizard, you're the best Gawk Chef I've ever fucking seen. Just some old ass
We're gonna give you a 3rd dick.
Your 2 dicks are too big for this show.
There was another reference to Pawn there.
Oh god, this Tapon thing really took off without me noticing. I feel really bad about this.
We got an email from Steve Nemzik, who mentions he pointed out several times about DeForest Kelley wearing the pinky ring the pinky ring all the time.
Yeah.
And he could not find any explanation for it, and he was wondering what the behind-the-scenes reason is. I have absolutely no idea, Steve.
Yeah, it's one of those things that you'd have to ask somebody who is alive there, right?
I think it's I fall asleep all the time wearing my wedding ring by accident. It's probably that. He just was wearing the ring that day.
I don't think I would ever take mine off. It'd just be too much hassle to deal with. Because I would be the fucking idiot who leaves their wedding ring somewhere, and then you get hit on, and then your wife's like fucking super mad at you, and she's like, "Why are you leaving your fucking wedding ring?" And it's like, I don't know.
My wedding ring is like a little loose, so if I sleep in it, I'm worried I'm just gonna fucking lose it in the sheets or whatever.
Oh, you're gonna lose it in the sheets.
It's already happened, buddy. He did want to say a special thanks to you guys for putting out so much stuff every month. The Patreon is totally worth it, and everybody needs to get on board.
Oh, thank you. Oh, that's very nice. I'm always worried that we're behind because we usually always are behind in everything that we do.
Just life in general.
That's just the nature of like doing shit like this, though. And I apologize, but I hope that you're enjoying it.
I would like to formally apologize for there not being an episode of Jeff and Josh talk over movies yet.
Yeah, we gotta plan that out. We got some movies lined up.
I'm sorry, everybody.
Number 1, Beastmaster 2.
No!
Number 2, Beastmaster 1.
Number 2's gotta be Beastmaster 3, right?
Yeah, that's the one without the guy in it, though. I don't think he's in it. It's the other fake guy. I only follow one Beastmaster.
Is from Nay.
Nay,
who titled the email, Jeff, read my question, you, F you, and then it trails off. So I'm not really sure what that says.
Probably gonna call you a fun guy to host a podcast with. That's what I would say.
She says, hey guys, it's Naomi, aka Nay, aka Nay Boomier, aka Queen Boomier, aka Queen Bee, aka Fuzz.
Queen Boomier is my favorite one.
That is like a really dope rap name.
It does sound like a cool rap name.
I just wanted to know if you guys had any feelings about Wil Wheaton leaving social media, particularly the goofiness that happened over on Mastodon. I haven't been following too closely, so I hope y'all are more informed than I am. Thanks, Nay.
Well, I don't know what happened on Mastodon. Is that the Chris Hardwick thing?
Okay, so
I know he did that. He like sort of said some stupid.
I'll catch
I guess it wasn't that dumb. Yeah, you do.
Wil Wheaton. First off, he made the first blockchain lists. He was like a big promoter of blockchains.
Yeah, he used blockchain like crazy. People, because he blocked me, so people that I know who are much more famous than me. They got blocked by
well, that's the thing. It's like a catch-all net, and like you can debate the merits of that back and forth. The problem of it is that his list had people who harassed people and the people who got harassed on it. So like
it's like them talking to each other.
There was like
right?
A massive
it catches
list
that.
of like transgendered people that were being blocked with this block list he was advertising.
I think he blocked like half of Twitter, dude. Like at that point, what the fuck are you even like? Look, I'm not gonna stick up for Twitter. Twitter's fucking cancerous.
It's a fucking garbage fire.
It's a cesspool. But like, Jesus fuck, dude. Like at that point, I guess just leave, right?
Well, I mean, he did eventually,
like,
but the thing is, like, people started like being pissed at him because he was advertising this blockchain. And it was like, get rid of the scum of the internet, and it was just full of like innocent transgendered people, and so he was under fire for that. And then like Chris Hardwick, who's like one of his good friends, like had been like abusive to his girlfriend or something like.
Allegedly, we don't really know. We're gonna I don't like Chris Hardwick. I'm not sticking up for Chris Hardwick. I don't know what happened. But
I don't know. Like I
would believe that Chris Hardwick is a piece of shit.
I believe it. He seems like a giant piece of shit. And I mean,
he's a
like there's multiple sources that have like backed up his girlfriend's claim. So I'm gonna say
I don't know. I only know that like she's. I don't know.
I'm gonna say he's a piece of shit.
I would agree with that. Just from
people asked Wil Wheaton like what he thought about the situation, and he was like, "Well, I'm going to release a statement about it soon," and then he never did.
I saw this. Well, I saw that he tweeted something where he was like, "Oh, like he was like thinking out loud." I don't know. I would say this about Wil Wheaton: don't ever trust people to be like your heroes.
Yeah.
Especially people like Wil Wheaton, who's like a
leech?
No, like what is he? Like a Gen Xer, like a leechy Gen Xer.
He's like a leech on like quote unquote the culture. If it wasn't for like nerd culture, his career would have been over after TNG.
which it like wouldn't have had to have been as a working actor, but like the fact that he isn't a working actor and still like is reaping the benefits. I mean,
the only reason he got any acting jobs after TNG is because fans of TNG wrote at these like shows and brought him on.
It's the Ready Player One thing where you've literally appointed him president of the nerds, and it's like, that guy doesn't fucking speak for me. I don't fucking care what that asshole has to say.
Loser. I don't want like he's just a piece. He's kind of a piece of shit, right? He's like a leechy piece of shit. Is why I don't like him.
Yeah, I was real mean to him on Twitter, and I kind of feel kind of bad about it. I mean, I was always kidding, and I know that's not an excuse.
I've never interacted with the guy or anything. I just don't like him. For his actions.
Would make jokes about him. I would make jokes about him, and like I kind of feel kind of bad about it, but like
you don't have to take up for yourself or whatever. Like people understand you're not that kind of guy. Like
I'm not. I just think like you're seeing people in their true colors, right? I mean, you're beginning to see like what people are made of.
The real problem isn't that he like accidentally included a bunch of transgendered people in his blockchain. The problem came when people pointed it out, and he said, "Well, like that's you guys' fault. That's not mine."
Yeah, it's not his fault, right? It's your fault.
I didn't vet the blockchain at all, and I gave it to millions of people, but I didn't do anything wrong.
Right. I didn't do anything. I just downloaded this blockchain, and it's not my fault. And it's like, yeah, dude, it is. It is.
Recommended it to millions upon millions of people without ever checking who was on it.
Like fucking, you don't even know what you're fucking selling to people.
But then, like, the thing is, he left Twitter because like Twitter's a cesspool. Like, I think he left because Twitter wouldn't deplatform Alex Jones, which is a pretty fucking good reason to leave Twitter.
Sure.
But he went to Mastodon, which is like an instanced version of Twitter where it has like servers.
Sure. Like a ICQ.
Yeah, like people run these servers, and it's basically like a Twitter knockoff in that server, and you can only interact with people that are in that server.
Okay.
And
so you can go to different rooms, like AOL chat rooms.
Much. It's coming back, baby.
Wow. We've come a long way.
It's all recursive. Fucking, so he went into this Mastodon server, right? And somebody got him with a Bofa. Somebody got him with a Bofa joke. And he had that person banned. Who got him with a Bofa joke. And he fucking immediately people started shitting on him. Like, for all the shit he did on Twitter. And for the fact that his first act was to ban a guy who made a harmless joke at him.
He's a fucking coward.
He's a big giant baby, but like
he's a baby.
He got reported like 90 times in an hour from people being like, "This guy's causing a fucking problem. Get him out." So he got booted out of the Mastodon. Like they were like, "Get the fuck out." And he made this giant, long, whining post.
Oh, I'm sure
about
he did. I'm sure it was why he was a victim.
Poor Will Wheaton was just trying to be a good man, and everybody fucking shit on him because he played Wesley Crusher.
But I left Twitter for the right reasons. Why are you mad at me? It's like that whole thing. It's like, well, maybe if you do things without expecting a fucking, like, I don't know, reward for like...
He did not leave Twitter because of fucking Alex Jones. He left Twitter because of all the heat on him from transgender activists.
Yeah, he just picked Alex Jones as his fucking scapegoat, which is like easy as fuck to do because fuck that guy.
There's like a lot of people out there who hate Will Wheaton because he played a character on a show when they were kids or whatever. I don't give a fuck about that. Like, he was a good actor in Stand By Me. Like, he was a terrible character on the show.
Like, I don't know the guy or whatever, and like I had the opportunity to meet him, and like I was like, I don't think that's a good
probably
idea.
not.
And like we all laughed about it. We were like, oh, that's funny. But like, I don't know, man. Like the impression I always get from him is that he's just really, he lives in his own fucking world, man. And that guy doesn't give a fuck about you.
All he cares about is himself and how people view him.
Yeah, he is.
He looks at every situation as like, how am I affected, not how anybody else is.
Yeah, he's selfish. He's a selfish prick.
I mean, like, there are people who will swear by him because, like, he's been a voice for, like, LGBTQ and stuff in the past and, like, for, like, boosting women and stuff. And that's all great stuff.
Sure. He stole women? Oh, man.
Oh, my God. That's all great stuff. And, like, it still doesn't make him not an egotist who only cares about himself and how people perceive him.
Yeah, like so you're an egotist, and like people kind of pick up on that shit, and like they kind of start to realize like, oh, this guy only really like cares about himself. Yeah. Like then you question everything he's ever done as like what's the ulterior fucking motive here, right?
At the end of the day, that's just what happened. He's just some dude, right? Like he runs some podcasts and he reads like books on Audible.
Yeah.
Like at the end of the day, what he should probably do is just not be on social media if he can't handle it.
Well, he should work, I guess.
Like, I feel bad for him because of all the people who were shitting on him just because he was on Star Trek or whatever. But I definitely can't feel bad for him that people are upset that he's done this stupid shit and refuses to take any sort of responsibility for it.
Yeah, the whole whining about making a tirade about a Mastodon server, like, dude, like, do you realize like what's happening in the world right now? Like, there are literally a million. Right? Yeah, he's like 40 fucking years, 47 years old. He's like
a 13-year-old.
Yeah. Because he's way older than us, and like, well, not way older, but he's older than us, so he didn't have this stuff. Like, he didn't get to be like how we had like AIM and shit, where you just walk away, dude. Just leave.
I mean,
go outside. Go fucking
Twitter is dying anyway. He's not gonna miss out from not having a Twitter presence.
Yeah. Twitter's
like, people are still gonna listen to whatever the fuck he's on. I don't even know. People are still gonna buy his products and go to see him at conventions, and that's all great. Like, he's got a website he can keep all that stuff on. He doesn't need Twitter. He also does not need to be a giant fucking gaping bitch about everything.
It's everything, man. It's like, I feel like he's the type of guy, like, if he was your friend, he's like that one friend that everyone has where you can just fucking stir him up so quick, right? Like, you just walk in the room and be like, hey, Will, you're a big pussy, and he'll just like lose his fucking mind at you and shit. He'll be like, like that guy.
Jesus. So now that we have complained about a washed up child actor for 40 minutes, let's move on to our next email. Thank you for that email.
Pitch it.
Our next email is from Tiny Apartment Games, who titles it, "Thanks for the podcast, y'all rock."
Thank you.
The body of his email literally just says, "Hey, but don't you guys think that athletes are just the let's players of sports?"
That's great.
Yeah, pretty much.
I do think
they are the let's players of sports.
Let's play football.
Speaking of let's players of sports, our next email is from Jack Carpenter.
Yes.
Who says,
formerly of the Green Bay Packers, right?
He says, "Hey Treksters, how about this weather we're having? Am I right?
I hate it.
No, seriously, this humidity can go straight to heck. You cannot use that kind of fucking language on my podcast.
Straight to heck.
Can't believe you just said heck on here.
We're gonna have to get a blockchain going."
Jack Carpenter and everyone who's ever existed on the same planet as Jack Carpenter is blocked.
Blocked forever. Fuck
Anyways, I know that y'all often say that if you could live in a Star Trek future, you would, and I tend to agree that it would be the dick. I'd live there in a heartbeat. My question is,
the dick good?
What future would you live in other than Star Trek? For me personally, it'd be Mass Effect, no question. I know it's hard for any future to live up to the utopia of Star Trek, but I'm curious as to what you would choose.
Oh god, that's so hard.
That is very... I would live in the Toe Jam and Earl future. Because that shit's funky.
It's full of funk, dude.
I'm all about that funk.
Dude. I don't know. Because everything else is technically not our universe, right? Like, Star Wars is in our universe.
I would live in the future from DC Comics where the Legion of Superheroes exists, where if you just live on a different planet, you get superpowers. That sounds fucking awesome.
That's
like,
pretty
if
good.
you live on Titan, the moon, you are instantly born with psychic powers.
That's fucking crazy.
Like,
How's that work?
If you live on, like, Brawl, the planet Brawl, you automatically have electric powers.
It's very specific.
And these are all humans too, like for the most part.
Right, just regular humans.
So
man, I don't fucking know.
That sounds dope.
Pretty much every fucking sci-fi thing sucks.
Futures are dystopian
like everything's
as fuck.
terrible.
Nobody wants to live on the Battlestar Galactica.
Yeah, nobody wants to live like. Nobody wants to live in the X-Men future. It's
nobody
horrible.
wants to live in fucking Dread future.
No, it's goddamn dog
Yeah, nobody
shit.
wants to live in fucking like RoboCop future or fucking like
Alien.
Blade Runner future.
No, God no.
Nobody wants to live in any of that shit.
Yeah, so I'm gonna go with Star Trek.
That fits the parameters
Hope
of the
that helps,
question.
Jack.
Mass Effect is a pretty alright one since it's fairly Star Trek-y.
Yeah, Mass Effect is decent. I mean, I was gonna say like you said Mass Effect, and I immediately, whenever I think Mass Effect, I think Knights of the Old Republic. How I would love to live in the Old Republic, but that's not the future. It's also not our universe. It's complicated.
Fucking like, I would definitely not want to live in the Dead Space future where there's just space zombies everywhere.
Yeah, I wouldn't want
that.
I don't want to do that either. And all you have to do is kill them with like a torch.
Yeah, you have like a
cutter,
fucking like cutting tool as your only weapon.
Like a laser tool, yeah.
He gets
Fuck
like
that.
machine guns and shit in the sequels, so.
Later, yeah.
So hopefully that answers your question, I guess. He said, "Thanks as always, bros. I'm gonna go stick my head in the freezer now." Commander Jack Carpenter,
Yay!
the USS Virginia. He's a commander. He outranks us too.
I know. Well, he's the one who started it. He's the one who made himself a commander, and now we got Grand Admirals. We got fucking like presidents
guess what, bitch?
walking around.
Grand Moff Pennington. How about
Grand
that shit?
Moff. Oh no, super space Nazi Pennington.
Oh no! Our next email is from Colin, who says,
Hi.
"Hot diggity dog, you Trek boys are a hoot."
Thank you, Colin.
I love it when Jeff spelled wrong says bitch like a sassy boy, and when you both make out.
I feel like Jeff always says bitch like a sassy
That's right,
boy.
bitch.
It's just the way he says it. It's great.
I loved fantasy fiction when that was a thing, but I really love this dynamic duo / terrific trio when that happens. I've
Thank
listened
you.
through every episode twice now since I work at night. It helps me get through.
Keep on listening
Thank
to
you,
it.
Colin. That's super fucking nice of you, man.
I would like you to listen to more
That's right.
of it.
Listen to it a third time.
Yeah, fuck it. Who cares,
Much
right?
motherfucking love, and keep up the good work, Colin.
Thanks, Colin.
P.S. I live in Texas, so add that to your statistics.
Oh, because we always make fun of the
I'm
South,
definitely
right?
keeping statistics on all you guys.
We have a... we mark that down here.
Let us bookend the podcast. We started with a Rich email, and we're going to end with a Rich email.
Yeah.
Dearest Trek boys. And wait,
I can hear the song.
is that... What even is that? Oh, it's a wild Paul Ritchie. He's not here, buddy.
Oh. I'll be Paul. It's me,
Fucking
Paul.
perfect. Spot on.
I like music, and I'm married, and I live in a house with my wife.
Paul, it's weird that you're just saying these things.
I have 3 cats. They're fun.
That's him.
I like to eat rice.
That's it? That's like the one food that popped into your head?
He's always... Dude, alright, I don't want to blow Paul up right now, but I'm going to blow him up a little bit. Every time I talk to Paul, he's like, hold on, I gotta go put some rice on. Like, what the hell are you making so much fucking rice for?
Rice is fucking great.
I agree, it's delicious, but, I mean, it's a lot of rice. I'm just saying.
He continues. On the topic of strays that are probably undeserving of our love, what even is Paul? What? God, that's harsh.
We just talked about this.
What are the stupidest episodes of Star Trek that you know don't deserve it, but you hold a place for them in your heart anyway?
Oh, God.
Could it be Voyager's The Flight, in which Chuck Ote goes full oxymoron and becomes a staunch pacifist who also loves boxing?
Chakotay. Probably the episode with The Rock from Voyager, where 7 of 9 fights The Rock in that arena. She gets like addicted to that gladiator games. That one's, I love that episode. It's stupid. That's
how. Brought up TNG's Sub Rosa, in which lighting candles gets you all covered in the same ectoplasm that was jizzed all over your grandma.
Oh yeah, that one. Yeah, that one. I don't like that episode. I skipped that one all the time.
That's a creepy episode.
I skipped the fuck out of that one because I'm like, I don't give a shit about this.
Could it be any episode of Voyager? Could it be TNG's The Outrageous Okona, in which the smartest android in the galaxy gets advice on humor from Joe Piscopo?
Yeah, that one's pretty good. I don't mind that one. Yeah, that one's decent. I'm trying to think of like some Enterprise ones that are just so dumb, but I love them. God, I don't know.
Maybe Plato's Stepchildren from TOS, where they go to a planet where everybody's Greek for no reason.
Yeah, those are always fun because you're like, what? There's the TOS, the mob planet.
I love that episode.
Yeah, Mob Planet's great. Mob Planet.
Plato's Stepchildren, or is it Socrates' Stepchildren? I think it's Plato's Stepchildren. Like,
same guy.
There's like a little person in that episode, like a person with dwarfism, and like there's actually a fairly good lesson about like loving who you are and standing up for yourself with that character, even while everybody's acting a fucking fool and Greek, you know?
Right, everyone's being all Greek and stupid.
Ancient Greek and stupid. Apologies to any Greek listeners we
may have. modern Greeks. I wear wreaths on my head.
Personally, I like the TOS episode The Savage Curtain, which almost sounds like a euphemism for a really rough prostitute's lady parts.
It does. It actually absolutely does.
Mainly because I always wanted to see the 4-man tag team of Kirk, Spock, Lincoln, and Vulcan Jesus saving a rocky turd monster.
Oh my god! I just watched that one, but I don't remember anything from it.
The real President Abraham Lincoln is in it.
The real President Lincoln.
There's room in my escape pod for another passenger, but I'm really tired and want to put my feet up, so peace. Your favorite plain and simple Taylor and mine, who loves you all equally, even Paul, Rich. P.S.
Thank you.
Long live Tapon, legendary DJ of the USS Tapon's radio show.
All right. I'm 100% on board with this. I love it. I don't even want to say how much I love it, because I feel like if I say that, they're going to, like, stop doing it.
Never stop doing Tapon stuff.
I love that he has a radio show.
I want to listen to the actual Tapon's radio show.
Yeah, where's the radio? Where can I listen?
Dude, there's a part of me, right, that wants to record a USS Tapon's radio show.
All right, don't say that. We'll have to do it.
Fucking maybe one day, right? But, like, I think I got a pretty good Vulcan voice, right?
You did great.
I think I could do it. Maybe one day.
I only have one voice.
We'll have... Well, I tell you what, Tapon will interview Grand Nagus Zek in some long future.
I can only say Quark. Can he interview Mark Twain?
Lady Guinan. As long as he only talks about Lady Guinan.
Oh, it's me, Mark. I lost it. I don't have it tonight. I can't. I don't have it tonight. It's gone. Sorry.
Sorry, everybody.
Sorry, everyone.
Thank you for that email, Rich. Thank you. Rich is actually the original creator of Tapon, I believe.
Don't tell me that.
Why? He's not the one who emailed us as Tapon.
Well, how? Oh, this is going to be so confusing.
Everyone loves Tapon, okay?
How do you spell it? T''P''O''N? Like tampon. I just keep thinking tampon. Is that why you named him Tapon? Because of tampon?
Tell us in a new email, Rich.
Answer my question.
Welcome to Rich Class Emails. Look, we love you guys. You guys are fucking great.
Yeah.
Like, all of our patrons fucking love you guys. All of our listeners, you guys are awesome.
Yeah.
And
agreed.
I'd like to thank everybody who wrote in today. I'd like to thank everybody who thought about writing in but didn't. My friend Max, you need to fucking write that email already, buddy.
Why are you being afraid? Why are you being so afraid?
We're all friends here.
Yeah, like who cares,
write in
right?
your fun
We're
email.
just gonna. Doesn't matter. Nothing matters.
Everybody write in your fun emails to mclassemail@gmail.com. Interestingly enough, eagle-eyed viewers and listeners may have seen last time I uploaded an episode. This program is not called M-Class Emails any longer. It is M-Class Email singular. So we have the correct email address.
I like how he changed the name of the show. I take that, Google.
I realized at a certain point, like, that's not our main show. It's literally just an S. Fuck it, right?
Yo. Fuck you, Google. We found a workaround. Rename the fucking show.
M-Class Email singular, and I will remember to actually introduce it that way next time.
Unbelievable. We just gamed the system.
Right, baby. Fucking hacker man and that bitch.
We just hacked the planet, son. Damn.
You know what, Josh? I want to thank you.
Why?
Because I love you.
I also love you.
And we love all of you guys, but in a less sexual manner.
I mean, I don't know.
Maybe we'll see.
Let's see where it goes. Don't be
Let's
too
get a few
quick.
drinks and
Don't
we'll
be
see
too quick
how it
here.
turns out.
Let's get like 5 or 6 shots.
Let's get some fucking Romulan ale.
Oh god, it's illegal.
They have it at the wedding in First Contact.
Yeah, but whatever. They're just doing illegal shit.
Dude, but it's not First Contact, is it? It's fucking.
No, it's Nemesis.
Yeah, in Nemesis they have.
I feel like after I made that green shit, I was drinking Romulan ale,
much.
dude, the other night.
Stuff was like going straight to your head, like the bubbly.
I fucking fucked myself up, dude.
You went to your grandma's house the next day.
I went to my grandma's, like, elderly home. And I was like, hook an IV to my body. I need fucking fluids.
You walked up to that counter and you were like, yeah, I'm here to see my grandma.
I was relatively okay though. Like I've been like way more hungover. Like I was like just tired, but like I was.
Man. You were slumped over with sunglasses on. You walked up there and you're like, I'm here to see my grandma.
That's me all the time though. That's
and the lady behind the counter was like, all right, I just need you to sign in. And you were like, stop yelling.
I don't even sign in anymore. They don't even. I just walk by and they're like, all right. They don't tell. They don't just
steal
like,
from any of the people here. That's my job.
Fuck it. Yeah, I'm here to steal from them.
On that sad note, thank you for listening to M-Class Emails, and we'll be back in 1 week with more M-Class.
Yeah, we will. Fucking mark it down on your butt.
Bye.
Bye.